2414 is a podcast about finding hope and common ground through casual conversation. Like the friends on the road in the New Testament, in Luke chapter 24, verse 14, we want to walk away with more understanding that leads to more conversation as the journey continues. Thanks for walking with us.
Hello.
There it is.
There it is.
That's the cold opening.
That's our cold opening today.
Great. Perfect.
Well, hello. My name is Shane Welter. I'm joined across the table by Pastor Dan.
Hey-o.
Yo. And two very special guests. We got Tyler Griswold and
What's up?
Ben Neumann.
Yo.
Man, special guests.
Very special guests. And making his second appearance, Ben Neumann, too.
You're almost a friend of the show.
Double celebrity.
Almost a friend.
This is like a trial period extended. Probationary guest? I don't know.
Sure. Yeah.
All right.
But welcome. Yeah. I'm glad you guys are here. Like, we're just going to have some good conversation today. Thank you, listeners, for listening to this or watching, however you consume this content. Thank you for being here. Thank you guys for being here. Mm-hmm. It's awesome. So, at the start of each episode, we like to start with a high and low just to see where things are at in life, and then a question of the day. The question of the day is just simply, what's your favorite fast food place?
Favorite fast food place.
That's tough.
We might not get beyond that, Shane.
We might. That might be the
episode.
whole,
yeah,
and that's okay.
And that's okay. We're okay with that.
See,
we have our priorities.
there's so many types of fast food place. What in specific? Like Mexican?
It's open.
It has to have a drive-through. How does that sound?
Ooh,
Okay.
that changes it, Shane. Okay.
Yeah.
Wait. Oh, okay.
That's a good criteria, though. I like
there
it.
goes mine.
Yeah. It's not, because then it's like medium food, not like, it's
true.
You should have to order standing up. Can we make that?
I
Can we
like
make
that.
that?
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. Order standing up. I like that more.
Order standing up.
Because
Yeah.
then you could do. Yeah. I think you know what I'm talking about.
All right.
Well,
all right.
we can't spoil it yet.
A lot of eye contact between the boys at the table here. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So Shane, do you want to start us off? Lows, highs, and what's your favorite stand-up ordering fast food restaurant?
Yeah, let's do it. All right. So highs and lows for myself. I'd say high was last night I reopened some kind of music projects I worked on back in college. So it was like 4 or 5-ish years ago, and I was listening to them, and I'm like, I need to start these again. There's a song that's like 99% complete. I'm like, I just got to release this at some point. So
okay. Cool. That's
maybe
exciting.
in the not too distant future, I might be doing that.
Nice.
We'll see. So yeah, it was just super exciting, and also like, this is fun. Music is fun. And then I'd say low is just as generic as it might sound. It's just busyness. Like, there's a lot to do, a lot of tasks to complete, and so just juggling a lot of plates that are spinning, and just kind of survive.
Give Shane a break. Come on. Honestly.
Oh, my
Seriously,
goodness.
guys, I'm trying. Shane, I'm nervous about your question of the day because I'm already hungry.
Me too. It's probably just a mean. It was mean, but it's too late.
I told you right before we started this podcast.
Yeah,
that I was extremely hungry.
Yeah, I haven't eaten at all today, so
it's just to
All right. Thanks, Shane. Why don't you?
it's a motivator. You have to earn your food. This is.
So what would you be eating now if you could? If you weren't here with us enjoying this time together?
Yeah, I probably should have thought of my answer before asking,
Okay.
but I didn't. So I'm kind of thinking and feeling,
All right.
and at the same time.
Would you like me to do my highs and lows and come back to you for food?
I'll say here. I'll say this. It's not. It used to be my strong favorite,
Okay.
and then when the dollar menu started slipping away, then it too started to like lose its significance in my life.
Okay.
But that fast food place used to be Burger King.
Yeah.
I was like the face of Burger King. I was the
face of
mascot.
Novelty size head
Yes,
king.
I would be the king, walk in the mascot costume. I wasn't really, but I loved Burger King because they had double stackers for $1,
Yep.
which was like
The glory
you
days.
remember like a McDouble? You know, like it's like that with bacon on it. It was $1.
remember.
could you
I
just
remember.
put bacon on a McDouble?
You could, but they'd be like $20 now.
That's true. That's true. And you still like Burger King after knowing how they make their burgers?
Don't think about it, Tyler. I don't want to hear about it either.
I don't
Can you
know
mute
if
him,
there's any
Shane?
I
fast
think
food.
this is appropriate.
I don't know if there's any fast food place I trust.
No.
But I would say
Get what you pay for.
I would say Maybe today. Favorite might be Jersey Mike's. I have it like once a year.
Okay.
Because it's too
special?
It's pricey fast food, so you gotta splurge a little to eat it. But it is quality. I really love it.
All right.
So that'd be me.
That's good, Shane. Thanks.
A little much. I'll throw it over to you, Pastor Dan.
All right, my low is so petty, but it's such a real low in my life, and it's so ongoing. I'm embarrassed. I am just the most reckless saver of computer files. So save, final, like the real final Monday night. And like, do I have a
so you don't save it over it. You just
save a new one.
Multiple.
And then they're all on the desktop. My desktop has 1,000 icons and then I can't find anything.
It is
and
comical.
So then it's like I select all and put in a folder called like desktop February 17th. And then start over again until the desktop's totally full. Then I dump it into some other one. And so I spent a half hour before this looking for a document that I can't find. And the way our computers are set up here, there's like a server, and then there's this thin client, and then there's my actual computer. And so I can't actually search all of them at once. And I don't know what I called the thing. So I'm like, what may I have called this thing 6 months ago? But it's not recent enough.
No.
So it's so embarrassing. And I've been doing this since I had a computer. And every year, every time I get a new computer or a new job, like, I'm going to have a good system and I'll know where things are. No. This is so stupid, and it's so embarrassing, and it's such a pain. So that's my deep low right now. My high is the days are getting lighter. Here in Western Washington, I don't have to have my headlights on driving to and from work. That's a big moment.
That's a big deal. It's a big change.
So it's still dark. Like,
but there's
so
a
gray.
consensus
There's
that
hope
everyone
again.
just gets happier as it gets brighter.
So feeling minor moments of hope. Yeah. My go-to stand-up order fast food right now here in Federal Way is going to be Five Guys.
Oh,
so it's not in the budget. I go there twice a year.
It is take a small loan.
Yeah, I'm nervous saying this on the air because I don't want to ruin. I got a good thing going, but we go every year on Mother's Day.
To Five Guys,
because nobody goes to Five Guys on Mother's Day. Everyone's like in line at Olive Garden or some sit down place that's 2-hour wait. But Five Guys, you walk in, you order your food, you sit down. So it still might cost you $20 for a burger and fries, but it's so good. So Five Guys, that's my go-to. If I was in Arizona or Southern California, I'd probably say In-N-Out. But I'm not one of those people like, it's the best and you're dumb if you don't think so. I just like it.
It's all right.
I just like it.
If you're there, you have to get in and out, and then that's just kind of it.
So, but Five Guys, that's my backyard here. All right, sitting to my right, diagonally from Shane, is Ben Neumann. Hey, Ben.
Hello.
I'm trying to figure out how our listeners, are they going to be able to differentiate your voices?
No.
Wait.
Exactly. So Ben, would you be willing to
a higher pitch?
I was going to say one of you needs an accent. Tyler, can you do an accent for the episode?
What accent do you want?
The least offensive one you can think of.
Okay.
I can't do an accent anymore.
How about
they're all gone.
All right, that's probably for the best.
I'll do.
How about an Oregon accent?
Oregon.
What does an Oregon accent sound like?
That's not a thing.
I could do.
You're just speaking a really low.
Lower than Ben.
All right.
I could speak down here. Is
Okay.
that easier?
No, that's dumb. All right. So first, listeners, this is Ben Neumann. Hi, Ben.
Hello.
That's what Ben sounds like. Now, quick, Tyler, can you say hello?
Hello.
That was Tyler.
Oh,
now you got it. This is not going to work.
Hey,
so Ben,
this is Tyler. This is Tyler.
All right, but we're going in good order here. Ben, low and a high, and where do you like to order your food standing up?
All right. I have some pretty cool highs recently.
Yeah.
Recently, I've just been like, I don't know what came over me. I had like a revelation, but I took this old jean jacket that I never wore, and I just started drawing on it like crazy. I took my paint out, my fabric paint, started free drawing, and it's actually turning out like great, and I'm loving the way it's turning out.
Do you have a theme?
Where'd it go?
It's right behind me.
Yeah. Well, listeners can't see, but at least
Yeah.
people watching the
Oh,
video
this is
can.
really cool. Oh, you guys are missing out.
I don't know.
Do you have a vision, or is it just sort of in the moment? You start on an area, and
You gotta look
I'm
at the
going
sleeves
for more
too.
of like a Japanese style, so like the clouds are kind of Japanese looking. We got like the waves as well. But yeah, I just really love the way it's turning out. I put like about 11 hours of work into it so far.
Nice.
And I'm planning on, I still got to finish the sleeves.
Full
And
sleeves.
I still got a lot of plans.
You said you were doing medieval kind of also.
That's what I thought I was going to go for, but I don't know. Kind of like a mix between both.
Okay.
But yeah, that's my high. I've just been having a great time doing art and stuff. Low. I don't want to say it.
okay, you don't have
I
to.
don't want to say it's that.
Can you give us the category?
It's just that I'm hungry,
Oh,
What's your favorite food?
This next question just really messed me up, Yeah, I just got done
Oh,
working
no.
out, which was a high, but I'm pretty sore now. I'm pretty hungry. So that's the low for currently.
Hunger. Yeah.
See, my favorite place. Okay, so if we're going locally, I don't know. I feel like this is a little basic, but Dick's Drive-In. Not
Yeah?
Dick's Drive-In, Dick's
Oh,
Walk-In.
that's a good one.
I
Yeah.
love.
is that cash only, or do they take credit card?
They take credit.
They take
cards,
credit.
All right.
Maybe in Seattle. They should.
I
take,
don't.
they should
I
take
don't
card
really
in
like
Seattle.
how like their prices have gone up. Like since
Yeah.
COVID, their prices have gone up like crazy. But it's still great.
Supply chain. What are you gonna do?
Suez Canal.
But if I were to go anywhere else, Raising Cane's,
Ooh.
best chicken I've ever.
Do
had.
they have those out here?
No, they don't.
No, I didn't think so.
I did. I
It's like
just.
fried chicken.
I just had a conversation
Chicken
with
fingers.
somebody like a few days ago that just was ripping. They're ripping into
And
Raising
their
Cane's
sauce.
because they were saying their chicken isn't good. They were just like it's only the sauce. I'm like so
What?
the sauce, but the sauce is amazing.
Their chicken's great too.
I do. I know. I still like their chicken.
It's just the place they went to. It's really good. And then if it's not that, then Taco John's for sure. I feel like that's a kind of a less known.
also not around here.
Yeah.
Different than Taco Bell.
It's all gone. But yeah, no,
Cue the sound effect.
Sorry, I had to
Comes through.
I did it.
the one time that'll ever be used.
That was awesome.
Taco Bell.
Man, the amazement in the room right now is palpable. I hope it's coming across
Thank
your
you.
earbuds, everybody.
Thank you.
All right,
One more.
over.
There we go.
There it is.
Okay.
Over to Tyler.
Yeah.
Tyler Griswold speaking in his normal voice, normal octave, his given accent.
Yeah.
Low, high, and where do you
Hey.
like to order food standing up?
Okay, so I say my low is that my great grandma's been in the hospital for some time now. It kind of sucks. I mean, with that, there's also been like an effect of I'm always at the hospital. Today I wasn't, but usually there's a time within my day that I'm at the hospital, and it's a lot of like back and forth because she's in TG, Tacoma Gen. So I mean, I don't. Am I allowed to dox myself? I live in Northeast Tacoma, right?
Yeah.
What word did you say?
Dox.
I don't know what that means.
Just means like giving your
Like,
address.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just like full
Don't
on
give your address.
exposing
That'd be
myself.
weird.
I live
exactly?
That's
Where exactly?
on a 5.
no.
Northeast Tacoma.
Yeah,
here
Northeast
in-
Tacoma, right? And so I have to go across the bridge every time. It's like, depending on traffic, could be up to 30 minutes or just 15. But still, it's annoying. It's back and forth. Been kind of messing up plans. Ben has also been messing up plans.
Okay.
But we won't go into that. We won't go into that. Maybe later. Different time. But yeah, it's just been a lot. She's getting better though. I'm not going to put that as my high because I do have a separate high.
You can have multiple. It's allowed.
Okay. But yeah, she's getting better. She looks like she should be leaving either today or tomorrow.
Oh, that's
Which
awesome.
is great. She's off oxygen. It's really good.
Yeah.
So that's looking up. My other high would be that, I mean, I've been really on top of school and everything, right? So I've been able to go home and actually relax and
Nice.
Senior year.
senior year.
Oh,
Yep.
boy.
Yeah, I'm ready. I get to go home, play some Sea of Thieves.
Yeah.
Get on that.
What platform is Sea of Thieves?
So I think it's on Xbox and it's anything Microsoft.
Yeah,
Okay.
Xbox and PC.
Yeah. And it's a pirate game where we go and plunder and loot and.
So is this like a first person? You're
First
running
person-
around.
Yeah. You we can have like like a whole crew. Like Ben and I would get on a crew with Luke and Autumn. That's our main crew.
And is there like millions of people playing
Yeah.
in this infinite sea of Earth?
This kind of there's a map and there's like 5 crews per like server, but like everybody can play.
And
like,
you can run into other pirates.
yeah. Yeah, it's
So is it public, or do you have your own kind of group, private?
public.
It's going to be us.
Yeah,
Okay.
it could be anybody you play with, which can be annoying because you get with friendlies and then you get with like sweats. But I don't know how to explain sweats in a.
So I don't know. They get too aggressive. Their hands
Yes.
get sweaty
Yes,
when they're
yeah. It's like living in your mom's basement kind of
Take it
thing.
too seriously, man.
But
Sweat.
I'll translate. This is
this is helpful.
yeah.
I'm the old guy at the table, and that's my role. And that's actually one of the things. I mean, our goal for part of this conversation is, hey, I don't have to be an expert in how Tyler talks.
Yeah.
I can care about Tyler, and I can ask for clarification. And I'm not going to fool Tyler into thinking I'm cool. I'm not gonna make him
you're cool.
All right, but I'm not. I'm not like 17-year-old. You know, I
would play Sea of Thieves with you.
All right.
We're still trying to get you on.
Yeah,
Minecraft,
come on,
Mr. Dan.
Oh yeah,
Last time I was on this podcast a year and a half ago, we attempted to get Pastor Dan on Minecraft.
I told you, you buy me and I'll play it. I'm on a budget, man.
$60.
Exactly.
new thing.
I'm going to Five Guys.
2414 Minecraft server.
All right.
There we go.
Comment below.
All right. Fast food.
So yeah, your high is Sea of Thieves later today with Ben. And,
no, he's
and
probably not
avoiding
gonna
the
get on.
sweaties.
He's not going to.
Is it sweaty or sweaties?
anything? It could sweaty.
Sweats.
Any lingo you want to
Yeah.
add on to
As long as sweat is in it, it
Make a new one.
conveys that they are a hard. They're playing way
They're
harder
annoying,
than
they're
they have.
Too intense.
Yeah.
They have
Yes.
no compassion.
Okay. No compassion.
No compassion. That's how I feel at least.
no thoughts.
No
going
thoughts.
on
They're like they're
inside
just.
of those.
It's like a eyes red, kill hungry.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm probably going to read a book. That's cool too, though.
Yeah.
All right, Tyler. What's your go-to? I'm going to stand up and order food.
So recently, I've been really in love with Popeyes because I just think you can't go wrong with the breading. I mean, I like both their sandwiches, their wings, and it's perfect. The breading, I can't go off of the breading. It's just I never had a wing that's better.
Tyler actually made me like Popeyes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I used to hate on
I
it.
get them onto stuff.
I know. I used to hate it because like there was so much slander about it.
It's true.
Remember during COVID, people were getting stabbed over Popeye sandwiches? No, seriously.
They did
people
a-
lost their minds.
They did a clip on a show where it actually happened in real life. I think it was Popeyes ran out of chicken.
That's what I'm saying.
And,
I was there. I went to Popeyes because I was like so excited to try their chicken sandwich. I still haven't to this day because they
Oh.
were out. They've always been out every time I've ever gone. Yeah.
Oh, okay, no.
It was like two
take you.
times,
I'll
but
take you. But you'll
yeah.
you'll be driving though.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like the
Honestly, that sounds
drive-through
good.
line at Chick-fil-A. It's just they could open up another one next door and there'd be
yeah.
a line. Or every Costco I've ever been
That
to.
is a true fact.
Starbucks, like yeah. But I mean that's just my more
Popeyes.
recent one.
Okay.
But you cannot go wrong with Wendy's. I love Wendy's. Everybody disses on Wendy's.
You get a cup of chili and a
Wendy's.
salad? What are you getting at Wendy's?
I get a okay. They just recently, at least they advertised it. I don't know if it's been out for a while. They have a pretzel bun for their best burger.
yeah.
So I get the pretzel bun baconator, which is like double patty, double bacon. It's
Bro,
What a terrible question, Shane.
Sorry.
and like you can when you take a bite into
okay.
it. You can,
Okay, I get it.
Let's talk about their fruit cups. Also, what are your thoughts on Arby's?
Arby's. I used to like Arby's, but
Yeah.
I most recently bit into a bad piece of chicken at there.
Why are you
Not
getting
recently.
chicken at Arby's?
I don't know. I always get
That's
there.
on you, Tyler.
Okay. What?
But it wasn't good.
No, it was not good, and I've just kind of and I feel like they've been falling off because I used to when I would do shows here years ago, I would come home from school, go to Arby's, get one of their chicken strip things, get a little. It wasn't Happy Meal, but
So you've been getting chicken at Arby's for years.
Oh yeah, I get
It
chicken.
stands for roast beef, RB.
Arby roast.
Was that really what it stands
Yes,
for?
it's a roast beef shop.
Oh.
That's what they do.
I didn't know that's what it
That's like going to
stood for.
KFC and getting a roast beef sandwich.
I don't know.
Going to Arby's and buying fried chicken.
I've always thought of them as chicken. So I mean, I know that they make meats. Therefore, the meats.
Yeah,
they have the meats.
They've expanded the market. I was just curious because nobody like loves Arby's. So
I don't care for it that much now.
I was just curious. Some people really
what are
hate
your
it.
thoughts on Arby's? That'll be your next question of the day.
That's like the
high and low, and what are your thoughts on Arby's? That's why we brought you here.
I would love it.
All right,
the most
gentlemen.
controversial question.
Before we get to our topic at hand, we're going to play a quick round of wheels versus doors.
Okay.
By play, I mean we have purchased this game. We have done zero fact checking. We don't know where any of the data comes from, and we are not playing by the rules.
Perfect.
So what's going to happen is I'm going to read a card, and on this card there are 6 items that have some numerical value attached to them. And your job is to guess which is the greatest and which is the least. So here we go. We'll review, go through it a couple times. Number 1, meters in depth of the deepest ocean. So the deepest ocean measured in meters. That's number 1. Number 2, post office items processed in the U.S. every minute. So how many, in a year divided by day divided by minute. So
This is too hard.
yeah, I know. So which is more,
Yes.
depth of ocean in meters, number of items processed by the United States Post Office every minute. Number 3, number of planes in the air at any moment in the world. So meters in depth of the ocean, items processed by the post office every minute, number of planes in the air at any moment. Number 4, lighthouses.
Just all lighthouses.
Just all the lighthouses in the world. Number 5, craters on the moon. And number 6, miles of tarmac on the longest road. I thought tarmac was what airplanes drove on.
I did. It was too. What does tarmac mean?
Maybe that's a material. Maybe that's like asphalt or something.
I feel
Is that another
craters on
word?
The moon has got to be first.
So we're going to go what's the highest and what's the lowest. Meters in depth of the ocean. Items processed by the U.S. Post Office every minute. Number of planes in the air at any moment. Number of lighthouses in the world. Number of craters on the moon. And miles of tarmac on the longest road. Ben Neumann, you go first. What is the most and what is the least? I'm going to write down your guess.
I feel like I remember the ocean being like 14,000 something, but I can't remember if that was feet or meters.
Those are different.
Feeder meters.
Big difference.
Yeah, I know.
All right, so Ben, what's your guess? Which is the number 1?
I'm stuck between 1 or 6, but I'm gonna go craters on
Craters is number 1. What's the least of all those?
I feel like lighthouses.
Lighthouses,
Not gonna
okay.
lie.
Yeah.
All right, Tyler, what do you think? Biggest and smallest of those.
Okay. So what was number 2?
So we had meters in depth of the ocean, items processed by the post office every minute, planes in the air, lighthouses, craters on the moon, and miles of tarmac on the longest road.
Oh, okay. Hang on. This is I like just woke up. I didn't just woke up.
I was
But
not ready for
basically
this,
just
guys.
woke up.
Can we go back to the roast beef conversation?
Please. Let's talk about Arby's.
That was really like activating my brain.
All right, Tyler, what's one?
Okay. I think the most would have to be the post office.
Okay,
one.
post office and the
And
least.
then least would be either lighthouses or planes in the sky.
Which one?
Planes.
Planes. All right.
All right.
Shane.
All right. Let's say for most, I was also thinking post office.
Okay.
I like that.
I like it.
And then I think for lowest, I'll go planes in the sky.
Planes. Okay.
Is that what you did?
That's what I did.
Oh, wow.
You just
Okay.
copied me. You just
That's a lot.
It's just copy.
yeah, it's fine. It's fine. We're the same person.
Just change the answer or like change the handwriting a little bit.
Man. All right.
a little star next to
This
it.
is tough. This is tough. I'm going to go. Oh, more.
To follow the trends.
I don't know. I'm going to say post office, and I'm going to say least is miles of tarmac. All right. Are we ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay. Here we are. The number 1 answer, the greatest by a whole bunch, is post office items processed in the U.S. every minute. That is 295,000 items every minute.
Wow.
295,000
in a
items
day.
in a minute. That's
Yeah.
a lot. That's a minute.
I know, it's
there's
like
a
in
lot
a
of minutes
day.
in a day. Yep. All right. The next one down is number 4, lighthouses. There are 21,000 lighthouses in the world. In third place, number 3, number of airplanes in the air at any moment. There are about 16,000 airplanes flying around right now.
16,000.
Jeez.
That's
a lot.
Okay, coming in
Can I
fourth
choose
place.
the day?
Wow.
I don't know.
Fourth place, miles of tarmac.
That was fourth?
Really? Yeah, 13,910 miles of tarmac on the longest road. I don't know what that
still don't know
means.
what that
I'm not
means.
entirely sure what they're
Just like
asking.
Route 76.
And then number one, fifth lowest meters in depth of the deepest ocean at about 11,000 meters.
Okay.
And the fewest of all of these was craters on the moon, 9,000.
Wow.
I thought that would have been a lot more.
9,000?
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
I'm assuming that they're mainly are bigger ones, and bigger takes up more
I guess.
area. I don't know.
Can
So
it
Tyler got 1 point, Shane got 1 point, and I got 1 point.
Ben got no points.
Ben
got a point? I did the
was
Lighthouse.
awarded 0
No.
points.
Lighthouse was
Oh,
number-
wait.
Yeah,
number
that,
two.
that
I
was
was wrong.
That was
Damn.
that was no good.
Okay.
All right. Well, it's been fun. That's Wheels versus Doors, the official game.
yeah.
We did it.
There you go.
There you go. I'm getting more tech savvy. This is
Way to go. So actually, our goal today. Thank you, Ben. Thank you, Tyler, for being here. Our goal is just to have some conversation, especially modeling what it looks like to talk to people of a different generation.
I
I
experienced some of that
already.
Yeah.
Yeah. Getting sweaty with it. I'm not using that right, but that's okay.
No.
That's good. All right.
You can use it however you want.
good.
Don't let anyone tell you.
That's good. But it's a big value of mine, and I think it's a good thing for our church when we're not just isolated with people who think and look and live and were born in the same year just like us, but we're in it together. And I also know it can be scary, especially for older people, to talk to teenagers because you guys seem nice enough, but you're terrifying.
No.
Come on.
And that's not just like a commentary in the amount of Axe body spray. Like,
Whoa.
Whoa, okay.
Whoa.
not
that's
among
that's an
you guys,
insult.
That's a
but as a
That's an
people,
insult.
So we're just gonna have some conversation and see where it goes. No agenda. First question, Ben. Best vacation ever?
Ooh,
Like
Louisiana.
actual, not like hypothetical. Best
You
one
were
ever
ready
had.
for that.
Louisiana, New Orleans.
You were. Tell
Easy.
us
What
more.
day-
What day did you go? Did you go during Mardi Gras?
I went like a week before Saturday. I know.
come
It was
on.
really bad.
Mardi Gras is extended far beyond the day in New Orleans.
Yeah, no, on Bourbon Street, it's always Mardi Gras. Literally, it didn't matter. It was Mardi Gras every day.
So what'd you like about New Orleans?
Everything, dude. The culture, the food, the people. Everything down there is just like, it's like, everyone's so nice. Like when they say Southern hospitality, like that is a real thing. Like I have never like felt so like comfortable before. Just like you could go up to anybody and talk to them, and then they just look at you with a smile and like talk with you. It's just so nice. The food beats everything I've ever had.
What'd you have?
Oh my gosh, gumbo,
Yeah.
po' boys.
Oh, boys.
Alligator?
Crawfish, right?
Yeah, no, they had alligator, turtle, tons of crawfish, tons of crab. They just had everything. It was so good, and like the spices too. But yeah, I don't know. When I go on a vacation, I think my favorite thing is the food.
Yeah.
So it's like that's what means the most to me.
That's the reason why you go. You don't-
Exactly.
You want to try the new. You want to try new stuff.
It's about like experiencing the different culture over there.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, New Orleans easily.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Nice.
Shane. Tyler.
Yes.
I don't care about you, Shane. I'll ask you later. Tyler, best vacation ever.
Best vacation ever. Honestly, I thought you were gonna ask me a different question, so I wasn't thinking.
You were anticipating what the next question might be.
Yeah.
You can answer the question you thought I may have asked if you would rather.
Probably a lowrider. Yeah, that's the car I would choose. No,
That's amazing.
let's see. Probably the best vacation I've went on. It's tough. I know natives to Hawaii don't like it, that there's a lot of like tourists. And I mean, Ben's brother lives in Hawaii. And it's been years since I've been, but I do either between that or Southern California.
100%.
Just like the heat, the sun, sitting like having a good time. I say that though, I much more prefer lakes. But I would, if I could choose between spending a week on a beach side, or like 2 days on the lake, I'd choose a lake. over
Why?
everything.
That is true.
Because I don't know what.
Not like that's wrong.
No,
but
no,
tell me what you're thinking.
I guess safety wise, like
Feels
I
more
feel,
secluded.
Yes. See,
Ooh.
I've loved lakes. Don't love Lake Washington, right? Because everybody is there and everybody's around. I constantly go like for 4th of July or just for any extended weekend to my dad's friend's lake house in, I think it's Black Lake.
Okay.
It's very
So,
like
still in Washington?
yeah, still in Washington. So, yeah, this is why I say vacation. It's like I'm gonna choose somewhere out of Washington.
Okay.
But it's trees surrounding it. There's no like public. There's one public access spot, and you have to rent it out. Or I don't know if you have to, but like it's it's very very secluded, and I like it. Get to go on jet skis and like fish and everything. I'm a big fisher. I love fishing.
Okay.
So I want to go to Vermont in the fall, just for like
Oh wait, you just gave me a revelation, dude. We've been planning this camping trip.
Yes,
for
we
need to go fishing.
we have no-
Why
yeah,
have we not
well-
thought about this?
yeah.
No, not like a camping trip, like a specific, like a fishing trip.
Oh,
Not even
yeah.
calling it a camping trip, a fishing trip. Oh my god.
Yeah, we've been planning this camping trip, but we have no idea when or where
Yeah.
or anything or how.
So the planning part has kind of
First off, we're gonna
What do
need.
you mean when you say planning?
There is no planning.
There is no planning. We've been talking about.
We're waiting for our whole crew to be back.
Yeah. Jason.
also guessed it. Is he? Yeah, he was.
He was on.
Yeah,
the
he was with me.
Yeah, that's right. Okay.
Yeah, but I guess maybe not necessarily a specific vacation place, but lakes.
Okay.
You really like lakes.
What about you, Shane? Best vacation ever?
Houston, Texas.
Ugh.
I would.
We didn't get to go to Buc-ee's. That's like the whole reason you go to Texas.
All right, I told you
the
it was
only
it was
reason to go to
it was a
Texas.
coin flip between Buc-ee's and Whataburger, and it was a lot easier to take a. It was a lot easier to explain and take a bunch of high schoolers to a fast food place than a gas station.
That's
That's hard. I'd hardly call it a gas station. That is a.
That's true. It's like a Disney World for truckers. So my favorite vacation. I think I'd have to say like honeymoon. When
Yeah.
Lauren and I went to Puerto Rico. Margaritaville, Puerto Rico.
Okay.
It was fun.
Love
It was
Jimmy
still like it's like weird because it was still like on the cusp of COVID, and it was an island. Like Puerto Rico's an island, and so the islands had much more regulations just because of travel and tourism. And I don't know, that limited it, but it still was so much fun. Like I put a budget aside for the honeymoon, and I just felt like the richest man in the world because like. I don't know, like just like no, this is my time in my life. I'm gonna splurge and like not gonna feel bad about it. And it just felt like I don't know. It was like it was the happiest time ever.
How was the realization hit afterwards?
Yeah,
You looked at that when you looked at those numbers.
You look at your bank account.
Honestly, like it was about what I planned.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So honestly, like it worked out like as planned. So
Nice.
it worked out really well. How about, same goes for you. Your best vacation.
Oh, I got
Ever.
a couple in mind. Oh, I got a few. I've had. I've had a few. All right, I'll pick. A year or two. No, 2 years ago, we had like a mostly family reunion in St. Louis. So my kids and wife and I went. My two brothers were there. My grandma and grandpa and all my aunts and uncles. So my mom and dad didn't make it. My mom was sick at the time, so that was the not good part. But we got to go to a Seattle Kraken game playing the St. Louis Blues
While in St.
Louis.
Nice.
Oh.
So my kids' first NHL game was a Kraken Blues game. So that
special.
that
In
was
St.
cool
Louis,
in St.
too.
Louis. So that was cool, and it was my grandparents. They just had their 70th anniversary.
Wow.
And my brothers and I hadn't been together like in the same room for years. Not like conflict. We live in Washington, Virginia, and Arizona.
Wow.
So there's not like, hey, you guys want to meet up in Wyoming.
Meet in the middle.
So we don't get together a lot. So we rented an Airbnb for my brothers and their families. So just playing games and spending time together. We went up in the arch, and it was opening day for Cardinals. So we didn't go to the game, but we were up in the arch looking down with binoculars at opening day ceremonies in Busch Stadium.
Nice.
We had Ted Drew's frozen custard. I think we went 3 times in one day, maybe, or twice in one day. We went almost every single day.
That sounds amazing.
It was it was good. And there's a pizza in St. Louis. You almost have to put pizza in air quotes because most of the world doesn't recognize it as even food. But there's a pizza in St. Louis called Emo's that I really love, and no one who's from outside of St. Louis usually even tolerates it. It's just garbage, and they don't like it. But it tastes like heaven to me.
That sounds good to me.
So
Okay.
St. Louis family reunion a couple years ago. That was a good one.
Nice. I like
Wholesome.
Yeah.
Very. All right.
So, all right, Tyler, starting with you. 3 words to describe your most perfect weekend. Like your
perfect
plan,
weekend?
not like looking back, but like if you were planning, coming up, and the weekend happened on Monday, and I said, Tyler, how was your weekend? And like it ticks these 3 boxes. It was the best weekend. What 3 words to describe your most ideal weekend?
Okay. Food.
Yeah.
Food. There is
Food.
just a box
Nothing.
of saltines
Food.
in the corner.
Food.
And
Nothing?
Nothing.
Yeah.
Because I just like not doing
I like
anything.
that.
And
Food,
then
nothing.
careless. Because I just like careless, yes.
Like
because
carefree.
carefree, that's better. That's better.
Okay.
Because I just like
Careless sounds like clumsy, like you fell down the stairs.
a little bit of that too.
Okay.
I just like being in a state of just full relaxing, because like I think nothing gets better than just being able to sit and have no worries. Like I've nothing to worry about for school, nothing. I mean, maybe like worry about Ben not answering my texts about doing something for a day, but it was more Luke. Luke didn't.
That was Luke's fault.
It was Luke's fault. But, yeah.
No.
So food, nothing, and carefree.
Yes.
How would you relax though? It means, I think, something to means a different. I don't know. A lot of people have a lot of different ways to relax. How would you relax?
I think an average weekend, which is what these 3 words was, an average weekend.
If you say playing Sea of Thieves, bro,
That is not
That is not
relaxing.
relaxing.
That is not relaxing.
Good to know. Noted.
Yeah. It's I wake up, I go downstairs, make myself something incredible that I don't even have planned. Like, I'll add a little bit of that. All right, that's really good.
Okay.
You're saying like cereal or like eggs? What do you like?
Sometimes it's cereal.
So, like,
Sometimes it's like
Okay.
like a stack of waffles or something, pancakes.
Just
All
throw
right.
together a stack of waffles. A little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Yeah.
Bada bing, bada boom.
And then and eating it probably, and then
We're going play by play, Shane.
Yeah.
You're gone.
Putting away the dishes, rinsing them.
yeah.
Into the
Just
dishwasher.
shove it.
Turn the
and then
light on.
Cutting
Just kind
into the waffles.
yeah. Add the whipped cream or something. Then probably just like sitting down and not having anything planned and having like an availability. Like, like this weekend, I don't think I had that just because I was so busy with my grandma. And nobody was available. Not anybody's fault, right? It was just, yeah.
What do you call it if somebody doesn't return your text?
What do I what?
Is there a word for that? Like I was texting
Ghosting.
Luke. Ghosting.
Yeah, Luke was ghosting me. Ben was straight up ignoring me.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
You'll have your turn, Ben. Don't worry.
I'm gonna. Me and you aren't getting along here.
But mostly I just like either like play a video game or watch a movie or show. I mean, of course, if it's nice out, I might just like sit outside, but not really much anything goes into my days for me to have a good weekend.
Sounds awesome.
I like it.
All right, Benjamin Neumann. 3 words that capture your most ideal weekend.
I would say food.
Yeah?
Easily.
Okay.
Because, like, come on, like, what? Friends and music.
Food, friends,
But
music.
here's the thing, though, because, like, I'd go with the same route as Tyler here, because, like, my ideal weekend's just not doing anything. But the thing is it's like, that's usually after, like, a long week of school and
That's
work, you know?
true. That's what I've been feeling.
So I'm saying, like, if it's not a long week, you know, it's pretty carefree, you know, not a lot of work being done. It's just kind of chill. Then I want to do something, you know? So, like, maybe go out, do some longboarding, you know, do some skating, driving around. I don't know.
Do you wear Vans when you skate?
Oh, of course. Come on. Okay. I have these skating shoes I've been wearing for like 2 years, and you can tell they're skating shoes because they like I can like flex my toe, and the bottom just like pops off.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Amazing.
Just some kind of activity, but most of the time it's going to be like just not doing anything.
So food, friends, and music. What does friends mean? Is that online? Is that
It could be both, you know, having some
In-person,
friends
online.
over, or playing some games with the boys, you know, either one. But usually if we're playing online, then you can't have music because it's like kind of distracts you from playing the game.
okay?
If me and Tyler are together, we're chilling at my house or his house.
There's going to be
you know.
music playing.
Yeah, usually, you know, shout out Jimmy Buffett from before, you know. Jimmy Buffett, some Billy Joel, some
Otis
Elton
Redding.
John, Otis Redding, you know. Play him some classicals, you know.
Now, is this a streaming service, or you have cassettes?
Spotify.
I wish we had vinyls.
I have a record player, but I don't whip it out for Ben.
Yeah.
It's not
Okay.
convenient.
Whip out the
Like,
record player
Yep.
for Ben.
There you go. That's
man.
okay.
But I've got another I think maybe interesting question for you. Who
What
was-
about you guys?
Oh yeah.
We don't have to answer, but it's kind of you to ask.
I
Who do
guess-
you want to? You got to pick.
I guess
you
you
got to
guys-
pick.
yeah,
Who do you
you
want to hear
asked.
from?
Just go quick.
Probably Pastor Dan.
3 words. 3 words, no explanation. Just
It's
go.
funny 'cause I've-
3 words. Best weekend. Nap. Running.
Yeah, those go together.
And I'll say games.
Okay. Shane, go
Play
quick.
Sea of Thieves?
Go quick, Jay.
Yeah, a little Sea of Thieves. You know,
Yep.
You stole that last one from me. But
Games?
Yeah, game. I was gonna say games, productive, and yeah, I think I'd say friends too. Like just being
So you like to get stuff done during your weekends?
no, like that's the thing. Like I love relaxing.
No.
Like I love like your ideal weekend sounds so perfect, but then I also like
Then you feel bad when the week starts.
I don't know. Like
That's
I don't know
true.
if you've ever had like a really productive day, and then you're like, oh, that felt good.
Yeah.
But like I can't. But if the thing is, if I go into a day knowing it's going to be productive, I don't want to do it. But if the day ends up being productive, that it's so rewarding.
Exactly. That's how I felt with my jacket when I just started
Yeah.
drawing. Because it's like I was supposed to be like relaxing, not doing anything. And then I was like, you know what? I'm going to go like stop being a lazy bum. And I went upstairs and started drawing on my jacket. And I was like, this
Yeah.
feels good, you know? Like
Doing something.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So I like both, but I feel a little more like rewarded, I guess.
Yeah.
At this point, in time.
Satisfaction.
I guess maybe not productive is the word, but it's like doing something that isn't doing nothing.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Like I just don't want to be doom scrolling all day.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. Yep.
yeah.
Because that
like
does
tech free. That'd be a good
Yeah.
adjective for
exactly.
the
Yeah.
Because that does make me feel depressed.
yeah.
It's just like
Nothing.
I'll like go to sleep and it's like, man, I didn't do anything today. It's
weekend. Yeah, and I'm really angry and sad, and everyone else has a better life than me.
Yep.
Do that again
too
tomorrow.
realistic.
Yeah. Why,
Okay.
Why do I keep doing this? I got a random question. I was going to ask. Who was the most interesting person you ever met?
Oh,
Tyler Griswold.
from Ben Neumann. Most
Tell us more. No.
interesting
What do you mean, Shane? Interesting? Like I met a celebrity, or I had an interesting conversation?
Maybe it could be
or-
celebrity. Yeah, like it could be. This person was just like really fascinating. Like tell me, like you wanted to know more, or they were just famous, and it was really cool that you got to meet them. Or
It's a hard question there, Shane.
I don't know. It's a thinker. It's a thinker.
It's just gonna be silence for the next.
Yeah,
5
it's.
minutes.
I'm gotta think on
That
this.
typically makes for good podcast. So well done, Shane. Well done.
There you go. Or not.
I'd say. I mean, it's kind of cliche, but I say my grandpa. I mean, I was like I've
Yeah.
known him, but I feel like each time I get to, or each time I would grow up, I get to connect more with him because he was active in Vietnam. He was a correctional officer. He an umpire, right? Like for girls softball.
You're saying those are two different things. Correctional officer and umpire were different. Okay.
Yeah.
Similar skill set. But
Yeah.
He did a little bit in
Different
as
hat.
a correctional officer though.
Wow.
And I do feel like I had some like more time just like to ask because like a lot of my a lot of my interests now apply to some of the stuff that he's done in his past, you know, and I just feel like if you can really like ask someone about things and they can just give you like good responses. I mean,
Be
like,
honest.
yeah.
And so you think the older you get, the more the more you want to learn about him too.
Yeah.
That's awesome. It's really cool.
I remember at his funeral, all the people who showed up in like umpire gear.
Yeah, that was really cool.
That was 4
Wow.
years ago on
That was-
Sunday. That was 4 years ago this
Seriously?
week.
yeah.
That's cool.
Was it really 4 years? Yeah.
4 years ago on Sunday.
Wow.
No, yeah. So a bunch of his like umpire buddies, Jeff being one of them.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Showed up and signed a big picture of him, and of him like umpiring, and they just kind of planned this, and they did not tell us. They just showed up like this, and I thought it was really cool.
That's a really cool memory to have.
Mhm.
Like,
That's cool.
Yeah.
man.
All right,
That's
Ben,
awesome. Thanks for
interesting
sharing. Yeah.
conversation for you. Or interesting person you got to meet.
I need to be honest here, but it's just like it's just the, you know, it's really hard to
He's still
admit it,
thinking.
you know.
He's still
No, I know it, but
Okay.
it's just hard to admit it, you know. I
You can whisper it if it feels better.
I would have to go with my brother.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, like
Yeah.
God, it hurts coming out.
Yeah, he tunes into this episode.
But-
Yes.
I don't know. I feel like most of my life I've just been kind of like, and I haven't realized it until recently, but I've been following in his footprints like crazy. Like, like a lot of the things that he's done. And I never even realized it until just recently. Like my mom just brought it up to me recently. Like, but he got into art like crazy. He did tattoos. And I mean, like I've been doing just recently, I've been going like ton of art. Yeah, I know. I got this like temporary tattoo set, and I actually have tattoos that I did on myself yesterday, up and down my whole body. I'm not
Show
taking
him.
my
Show
shirt
him.
Not now. There's okay. Yeah, this is going on the YouTube.
but yeah, no, I've been getting into that, and like he was the one who taught me how to skateboard when I was like 7, and he actually made his own skateboards. But anyways, yeah, he was the one who taught me how to do that, and I've been carrying that legacy. I've been using the same board he gave me all the way back then, and I've just been
crazy.
like, you know, repairing it, putting more stuff on it to make sure it doesn't die.
Yeah.
But yeah, that too. And I mean, like, it's just, I feel like it's also like his humor as well, because he's also the funniest person I know.
Yeah.
Like, if me and him are getting along, we're in the same room, like we're gonna die of laughter eventually. Like, and that's how I am with Tyler too. Like, we're gonna die of laughter just being in the same room. But I feel like that's another thing. Like, my humor also kind of came from him as well. And yeah, just a lot of things in my life just kind of sprouted from being the little brother of him.
Now, of your 4, you have 3 siblings.
Yeah.
There's 4 of you. Where are you in
Adriana
that?
being the oldest, then Christian, which is my brother, and then Reagan, and then me. So I'm the youngest.
Youngest sounds nicer than baby.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm there with you. Don't worry.
Don't you have like? Oh no, that's Lauren who has like the.
Yeah, she's the oldest in her
Okay.
family, and I'm the youngest.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shane, did you have somebody in mind when you were asking that?
Not
That seems like a specific question.
really. Like I had to
He
think
wanted
about
us
it.
to say
but
him.
He was
Yeah,
really
he wanted to
lobbying.
say- It's all right.
Shane Welter.
I'll edit it to say me. Don't worry.
Welter.
Let's talk about his funeral.
Yeah.
Mine.
Whoa.
Whoa, that got dark.
Whoa. That was
Whoa.
a turn.
Oh, but
Can you do the me sound effect?
Oh my goodness. Shane is
not yet.
winning today.
I'll have it at the ready. Don't worry.
We don't need the sound effects. We got you guys.
Yeah, exactly. I was just curious, like, 'cause I'm always interested in the people that people meet, just because you never know. like, and there's always, I don't know, just it's always fascinating to know like the people you run into in life, or the people who were significant in your life, because yeah, obviously like there's a lasting impact that that shapes you and like into who you are. And I wasn't even going that direction of it. I was just curious, like, oh, you meet some like really crazy person, or like, wow, like that person was really interesting to meet. So I had no idea what you guys were gonna say, because I had, I guess, before you gave an answer, I guess I was thinking what I could say. I don't know if you, I was gonna say I met his name is Louis Bell. He is you wouldn't recognize his name, but he's a famous songwriter, and he wrote basically anything that's like modern day pop. So like any one of your favorite Post Malone songs, he wrote. He wrote Savannah or Havana, or what is it? Havana. Na, na.
Oh wow.
Yeah, like he wrote
heard
that.
that song in a while.
And so like I got to at this like music convention.
Is that a Post
conference.
Malone song?
No.
That was very confusing. I'm like, I don't think that's Post
It's
Malone,
not, but
Shane.
like Rockstar, congratulations. Like,
Okay. All right, sorry.
anything that is like in his top songs, like this guy wrote.
Okay.
Wow.
And yeah, so like I heard his name, and like because he's a songwriter, you don't know him as well. Like he's like, it's like a voice actor, you know, like you do the background stuff. You're not the face of anything, so you don't.
Wait,
you're
he's
not,
the ghostwriter?
he's not even the ghost. They collaborate like,
Oh, wow.
like, yeah. So, but he's just a really good songwriter. And so, yeah, I heard his name and I'm like, no way. I was with Lauren and a few other friends. I was like, we have to go see if we can talk to him. And we just had a awesome conversation about like songwriting. I was like, hey, what are your thoughts on like this style of writing and blah, blah, blah. And it was just so cool. I was like, my goodness, like no one knows how big of a deal this guy is. Yeah. And like, here we are. And then I went back to get a picture with him and he was so tired and it was a terrible picture and I can't use it. But it was just really, really cool. And I was like, so exciting to meet that guy in person. I don't know.
That's awesome.
Do you have a?
I think more and more like the last person I talked to is the most interesting one.
Okay.
I mean, it sounds cheap, but I am so fascinated by people's stories. I met a guy at church the other day who's been here for years and just got to hear about his journey. And I asked him, so how'd you meet your wife? And he just started laughing. And I was like, so there's like a story there. And like the quick version is he was working and his friend, I don't know, his friend's name, so I'll call his friend's name Steve. Steve's like, hey, are you married? Are you seeing anybody? And this guy's like, well, no. And he's like, well, I think I got a girl you might, and guys might get along, blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. And so they go to this like company dinner. And then the boss walks in and he sees this guy with this woman and he's like, that's Steve's wife. What are you doing? What? And like Steve was like getting a divorce and was like, I think you and my wife would like get along great.
Pass him along.
But like, but this guy didn't know that was his wife.
That was happening. Or?
So this guy like set up his coworker with his about to be ex-wife, and the boss was like, "What is happening here?" And this is just like a normal guy at church, just like
They've been together happily.
Yeah, yes, they've been married for decades.
okay,
yes,
wow.
And that's how he met his wife. It was his coworker setting him up with his wife.
Wow.
So it's just like, what on earth?
Did his wife know? Like that?
I don't know all the details, but exactly. It's just a normal, like you see this person every Sunday at church, and it's not like a scandal. It's just like, that's amazing. And I've just more and more found that almost everybody you meet has just crazy things in their life, or like really, really beautiful moments, or really hard things I couldn't imagine. And it just takes time to listen. Yeah. So, yeah.
That's crazy. Well,
so speaking of, here's my young person question. What do you think is harder about being a young person today than like your parents or grandparents when they were your age? Like they were teenagers once, believe it or not, but they weren't teenagers today. And they probably care, but they probably don't actually know. So what's harder today about being a young person than a generation or two ago?
I feel like
for you, you're not speaking for all of 17-year-old boys, young men.
I will feel like I will say that like every generation has probably like their troubles of fitting in, right? But I feel like today with social media, with like trending clothing with, you need to have the best shoes, you need to have, all that. I kind of spoke on this subject last time I was here actually, but I feel like that is a harder thing that I don't see older generations. I mean, they definitely went through the same thing as a kid, but like I feel like it definitely applies stronger to today, just with like how open everything is and how easy it is to scroll on Instagram and see these, millionaires and it's like, oh, that's what I should be expecting from somebody, but it's all fake. That's not true. So now you have all these kids growing up with the ideas of, I need to be just like these guys who are in their 30s and have yachts and mansions. It's like, no. It's like, be your own person.
Yeah.
It's like the comparison that social media kind of forces on.
To be your own person, like growing into your own comfortability. Because like when I grew up, I was never really comfortable with myself. It's like, again, I was always chasing. I always wanted to be these cool kids. But then it's realized it's like, if I just become comfortable with myself and think that I am the cool person and, then I will, then I will. Because like,
or you give up hope and that works too.
then you just give up. But
not hope. I'm not cool and that's cool. I'm all right.
But yeah, I'd say it's just like understanding where to split reality and like just fake social media garbage.
It's like maybe previous generations, they certainly compared themselves to their peers.
Yeah.
But pool of comparison was like the 40 kids in your class.
And they weren't looking at like the billionaires in like Dubai and all that.
Yeah, that's a unique challenge.
Yep.
Tyler, what would you say? What's harder about being a young person today for your experience than maybe previous generations?
Okay, so I follow this one thing very strongly, and I very feel this, and it sucks because I know I'm in a poor position in it. I forgot who said it, and somebody will probably know, but they said, hard times make a strong person.
I forget who.
A strong person makes easy times. Easy times makes a weak person. A weak person makes hard times. Hard times makes a strong person. It's in that like whole generational thing. And I feel like and I think a lot of people in our generation are in an easy time. So I think that with like coming into it, there's going to be a lot of hard times that we're going to expect because we kind of just like.
So what do you mean you said like it's an easy time? What do you mean by that?
I don't know. We're in the generation of easy people, weak people.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I was given an easy time. We are weak people.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
So a challenge is that the world you stepped into was so comfortable. You
that I feel like I feel like I have an awareness that I can.
Can I jump in on this after your?
Yeah, let me. Yeah. That I feel like that there's going to be a small amount of time that I will be in a tough situation, but I feel like I can push through that because I know it. And I mean, I have a second thing for this question, but I'll let you jump in.
So, a while ago, I read Wild at Heart. I don't read books.
I have that book,
but that was a book I was suggested because I was just not going through the best of times, and I read that, and it's all about just understanding who you are as a man, and it's also for women. It's understanding who you are as a woman. But it definitely applies to that principle because I'd say we're definitely in the time of weaker people.
Is that John Elridge? Is that the author?
Yeah. Okay. And he said something in there that just really like touched my heart, and it's that us, I'm not going to say as men because I feel like there's also a lot of girls.
As people.
Yeah. As people, we look for adventure. We look for things to do. And so when we're in such easy times, there's no war. Not that I'm saying, we should want war. Yeah. Yeah, not here.
Not yet.
But but like there's no like big event going on. There's no world to explore. You know what I'm saying? Like we've already explored. There's just no like big things happening. And again, like people look for adventure, and I feel like when there's no adventure to be found, everybody's working 9 to 5s. We're in offices, you walk, you drive to your work, go back, repeat. And with that, we as people, as a society, have a hard time finding adventure. And I feel like that's what causes a lot of problems, and that's what causes hard times because something's going to happen because of that. There's no adventure happening. That's what I think.
Yeah.
Thanks.
And I feel like that's like touching onto that. That's why I'm so into history, because I don't think I have that idea of adventure, or I mean, I can't make that right. And like, I mean, I've just been like very into like wars and stuff, just because like, I mean, I guess that's what's piquing my interest right now. I've been watching a lot of like Vietnam War movies. And yeah.
Which is why you should join the Marines with me.
And
This episode's brought to you by the United States Marine Corps.
Yeah.
They're paying.
We still don't have any sponsors, by the way. It's okay.
What was this? You had a second.
Yeah. And I mean, kind of touching onto, I mean, like, I'm going to segue into and being in a like the weak generation, I feel like I don't have the like urge, I guess. Like, I don't have like the want and need to try and get my license right now, because everything is just like handed to me. And that's like next on my plan, right? Like, I applied to all my colleges. I have working on scholarships now. I just gotta I've been losing the mindset. That's what it is.
Yeah, the
and
vision.
there's not as much vision or mindset now, I feel like, in today's youth. But I used to live in Federal Way, in Applewood, which got
Shout out Applewood.
I went to SAC with Ben
For 1 year.
for sixth grade, right? And we moved. So I mean, along with all my neighborhood friends, I kind of lost that. I used to be in more of like the spending my weekend at somebody else's house, walking over and just like having a good time. I used to live in a cul-de-sac. Like, it was perfect. But one of my friends left and like to California. Rest in peace, Parker. But and I've moved to Northeast, and I don't really have that like neighborhood friendship anymore. I mean, I had 7th grade and 8th grade at Meeker Middle School, and I didn't really get a connection with like at least like the go over, hang out in the neighborhood kind of friendships. That's why I find a lot of my friends online, or like hang out mostly online, because I'm not close enough to.
It's so and we're like out of the friend group, you know, me, you, and the churches.
Yeah.
We're the closest together, but even then it still sucks because we're like 20 minutes away.
Yeah.
The churches are over here like 45
You don't have a car.
minutes.
I don't have a car. Like in Applewood, I probably could have walked to your house. It would have been a little. I could have biked over. I feel
It's
like.
an adventure.
Yeah, it would have been an adventure.
Get a compass out. Rations.
Yeah. But I feel like being thrown into like a new area, not as much like closeness as like, you know. That's why like I maybe it was just like being in like, because I moved around middle school, kind of like it was like going out of like younger childhood to like more of like teenage. Like I kind of like Christmas has not been feeling the same, or Thanksgiving or anything, just because like any of these like holidays just like feels like kind of like, all right, it happened, you know. And I feel like that also has something with COVID, right? You lost a lot of connection between family and friends. So like, and that transition from middle school to high school was
the worst.
That was bad. Yeah. But
that was actually so horrible.
Yeah, it was bad.
Yeah.
Why did I
Social-wise.
say that as our troubles as youth?
It's okay if it wasn't the first thing on your mind.
Yeah, because that is a real
I think
thing
probably
that
would have
affected
been,
us.
and just because it was that period, that transitional period.
I feel like we had it the worst, to be honest. Like
well,
from
people graduating, I feel like it was
that's true.
Or miss weddings and funerals. There's a lot of hardship.
No, I'm saying like in the group of children.
For youth, those 3 years, like maybe a year or two older than me, to down to myself, I feel like probably had the biggest blow.
I feel like people going from middle school to high school in that time had it pretty
or
bad
high school to
in the
college,
youth.
and like any of like those kind of.
I remember my sister had to miss, like she didn't even have a graduation. It was like it was like the car loop or whatever.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Was it? I think it was Cole.
Yeah, Ashbaugh. He did the
Cole
parade
Ashbaugh.
through Northeast Tacoma. Yeah,
Yeah,
Yep.
just didn't even
We
have
stood
a
out in the street,
graduation.
and there they went. All right, we did it.
I was
That was
thinking thinking if it was John or Cole, but yeah.
Although
Cole.
from a spectator point of view, best graduation ever.
No,
I'm not a fan
No
of going to
long
graduate.
ceremony.
How was it like?
They just drove by. It was great. I didn't have to sit there for hours and hear speeches and stuff.
Parade. That's pretty cool. When I go to a parade,
For the bystander.
when I go to a parade, I expect candy being thrown.
No, there was
at
no
me,
candy.
so- Come
No.
on.
Yeah, it was a pretty lame parade, but a lame parade beats a good graduation any day.
That's perfect.
Sorry.
But yeah, that's how I feel.
Rant, this is switching gears a little bit, but thinking about across the generations. One of my goals at St. Luke's as a church here is that young people would have adults who care about them, who know them, who support them, beyond their relatives, and beyond people who are paid to relate to them. So like outside of mom and dad, outside of me and Shane, do you have any adults that you would want to give a shout out to?
100%.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't know what are the first couple that come to mind, Ben? Who've been the people who've been there for you in your life of faith part of the church?
I really want to say the Palmers.
Yeah.
Christine and Jerry Palmer. They've been really. They're like my grandparents basically at this point.
So let me pry in there for people who maybe don't know. Are the Palmers like cool video gamers who take you laser tagging?
Oh,
Oh, that'd be epic.
How would you in a very how would you describe Jerry and Christine?
how would I describe? That's actually.
I would say they're a couple of old white people.
Yeah, no, so they're an older couple, I think.
They're not getting scholarships. I'm sorry.
And Christine is always just so happy and full of joy, and I don't think she has like a single bone in her body that can hate somebody. She's the cool grandma that makes you cookies. Let's just put it that is the best description.
How did you meet Christine and Jerry?
That is actually a good question. I think one day I just said hi to them, or maybe they said hi to me. I don't remember, but we just had a great conversation, and they knew my dad, and so they briefly knew my dad, and they were new members of St. Luke's just recently back then. And I gave her a hug, and then I gave Jerry a handshake, and that's all it takes. It's just giving someone a handshake and knowing their name, and then that's how a relationship starts. Jerry gives off that cool but stern older guy vibe. But he's also so great. He's so nice. That's
cool, the Palmers.
That's the Palmers right there. We've been trying to plan out like a little ski trip with us, but it has not come to fruition yet. One day, though.
One day.
Tyler, who first person or family or group?
I'm gonna say a couple, just because that's how I feel. I mean, I'm pretty sure these count. Tell me if they don't.
Okay.
Probably Mary and Jerry Newman.
Okay. As long as you're not being sarcastic.
I'm not.
That's Ben's parents for you
Ben's
listening
parents,
at home.
yeah.
Okay.
Danette and Carl Church.
Yeah.
I thought we were going. Okay,
What?
this is good points actually. I was thinking like
Older people?
Yeah, older
I
people.
I don't see.
Because I see them as like family.
That's how I
You
see
should
it.
see your parents. Your mom and dad don't count for you, Ben.
That's the thing, is that I see all of like the surrounding families, as well with Kristen and Dave Emmert.
Yeah.
I mean, Kristen's kind of paid to tolerate me. She's my
Yeah,
choir
but not at
teacher.
church.
Yeah,
She's
not
not at
at
church.
church.
No, for
She
sure.
doesn't have to talk to you here at all.
And I mean, there's plenty others. I can't think off the top of my head, but I don't really.
So a lot of your peers' parents is what I heard.
Yeah.
you say.
Okay, well now that's in the picture.
So, Ben,
I would
who
also
else?
like to say- I would also like to say Teresa and Jamie Griswold.
All right,
and then,
Tyler's parents.
Danette and Carl Church. You know,
Okay.
there we go. There, and Paulette. Let me just put that out there because I know you're going to be like, hey, what happened?
This is
No,
not an exhaustive
not you too.
list. We're just kind of giving some
Yeah,
shout
this
outs.
isn't
You
like
won't
this
get
isn't in
everything.
order. This isn't I'm
say-
just putting
yeah.
it out there.
Fish. I mean, is he paid?
He is
No.
He's
Oh right, yeah, Fish, man. He's
Brian Fish.
Brian Fish. Yeah, right.
Gotta love
And he's what, 5 years older than you? 7 years older? Somewhere in there?
something like that.
I don't know.
Less
How
than
much
10.
older is he
5
than
feet
you?
smaller than us though.
He's probably like
sorry, Fish.
7 years.
Okay.
Brutal.
Give or
right.
take.
Brutal.
Yeah. I have a lot of like connections in the church where I can say hi, wave. I mean, but beyond staff. And I feel like I'm.
I feel like Jeff is also up there.
That's what I was
But
gonna
he's-
say.
You know,
Yeah.
he is paid, but again, like this.
He's married to a staff person. He doesn't have to be nice to you.
Yeah,
True.
true.
But yeah, and Jeff has been trying to get Ben onto
Are you umpiring?
Oh,
umpiring.
Look,
but Ben
tried.
doesn't know anything about baseball.
So yeah,
That's
not
the
good.
thing. Is like
hard.
I tried getting into it and it was great.
I love baseball,
The thing
by
is,
the way.
I just needed more commitment. Like I would have loved to do it because I had a great time for my first game, but like I just needed more commitment.
I heard. I'm not gonna say what I heard, but like, yeah, I heard you did really good.
Okay, buddy. Okay, pal.
But yeah, I feel like there's a lot of people within the band, within the staff, within just the community of church that I feel like always have my back, and it's always great.
Cool.
Oh, that's awesome.
Shane Welter.
Oh well, I mean he's paid.
I'm
though.
paid.
No, he
he's
doesn't
paid. That's
count.
why. That's
He
why
doesn't.
I'm paid to talk.
I mean,
It's all fake emotion.
it counts, but you know, there's a different feel if somebody doesn't have to be nice to you, or like the perception that they have to be nice
Sure.
to you.
I feel like there's like people that don't have to be nice to me at staff that are nice to me.
So this was one of my big worries about becoming a pastor, is that I became a pastor in part because I wanted to tell people about Jesus. I think that makes sense.
I actually like this sermon that you said about this.
Oh,
I still
yeah.
remember that.
Oh,
sermon.
thank you.
Yeah.
But the danger is, as a pastor, when I tell people about Jesus, they think it's my job.
Yeah.
Like, oh, well, like you have to say that is your job. And so it almost seems like it means less coming from me, because like, well, you're supposed to do that. But the reason I stepped into this calling is because this is what I wanted to do with my life. So like there was this sincere desire that led to a vocation, but then it can easily be perceived of, well, like, the pastor's supposed to be nice to me because I'm a teenager in distress and that's his job. But like maybe I became this job because that's like the one thing I wanted to do with my life. So anyway, it's kind of complicated. So yes, the staff counts. We care about you. But I also know a teenager or an adult who's feeling insecure and wondering, do people actually care about me? If there's a thing of doubt that the devil can use, well, yeah, they're only doing that because of this. Like, I want to make sure that your love and connection to the church is bigger than that. That Jerry and Christine don't have to be nice to you. They actually care about you as a teenager. It's just a person. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Guys, this has been fun. Thanks for taking time. Arby's is still open.
I mean, yeah.
Raising Cane's is a bit of a drive away. Walk up,
Where
drive
is
in.
Raising Cane's?
Like in the south, in the
I think
Midwest.
the closest one is like Nevada or something.
Probably.
Oh, okay.
It's probably like Reno. Yeah.
So I'm probably going to have ramen and or leftover whatever my family ate without me yesterday or today.
Yeah.
Woo!
Leftovers.
Yeah.
Woo.
I probably won't be
But
eating tonight.
yeah, thank you guys. Thank you guys for coming on.
Yeah.
There's-
It's been great.
Yeah.
It's been fun. Second
great.
reoccurrence.
Yeah.
Almost a friend of the show.
Yeah.
Almost.
Almost official.
What makes
badge.
you a friend? Is it 3?
I don't know.
Well, we have a meeting after this, and we talk about
The
you.
council decides.
Yeah, the council decides.
They decide if I'm pulling in enough views if they want to.
Yeah,
hire
That's
me or
true.
not.
See if we get the lights up.
I feel like both of us combined are pulling away views.
Wow.
Like, oh, them. No.
Tyler
He was a
Griswold, man.
one-time appearance on the show.
All right, we got to post it on our Instagrams, Tyler. We got to get this.
yeah.
So people who are older, talk to your peers, talk to people who are older than you, find some young people, say hi to them and their parents, and young people, say hi to your peers, say hi to the littler kids, encourage them like Fish did for you guys. Find that 10-year-old and give them a high five. Like, how cool would that be for Ben Neumann and Tyler Griswold to see some 10-year-old at church and be like, dude, up top, glad you're here. Like, that's
Andrew.
gonna make their day. Like, you can be that.
Oh, Michael.
You can go find that older person. Say hi to Shane if you want.
He's not very
Yeah.
older, let's be honest.
Yeah,
He's
no,
basic.
he's just.
He's
I'm
pretty
basic.
close to our age.
I'm aware of this. Don't worry. I'm aware of the tilt in the table today. So I'm okay with that. So
All the power.
all right, listeners, viewers, Shane, friends, thanks for being here. This has been fun. Yeah, we'll catch you next time.
Yeah.
Divine Bloom Effect, please.
That's the end of the episode, but we want to continue the conversation. Continue the conversation by sharing this episode, subscribing, or leaving a review. Connect with us on Instagram at 2414 Podcast. Connect with us through email at 2414@stlukes-church.com. Or best of all, keep the conversation going by inviting someone to process with you so that you can each walk away with more understanding that leads to more conversation as the journey continues. If you happen to be in the Seattle-Tacoma area of Washington, stop by on a Sunday morning and say hi. 2414 is a podcast produced by St. Luke's Lutheran Church in Federal Way, Washington. To find more content, discover upcoming opportunities to connect in person, or to support the show, head on over to stlukes-church.com. Thanks for walking with us.